Hello everybody, today we're taking a look at the Central Machinery 8-inch drill press. This is a benchtop model. This one is actually the cheapest of the lot on Harbor Freight. You pick it up for anywhere between 50 and 70 bucks. Overall, excellent drill press, very good quality for the price. 50 bucks well spent. Can't recommend it. Can't recommend it enough if you're a DIY person, or if you have a project where you need to do some European or hidden hinge cups, door pulls, door handles. Very good investment if you need to do that kind of project. So we'll take a look around the drill press, show you some of the settings, tell you a little bit about assembly, and then we'll do a demo showing you some European hinge cups that I did earlier, which are, as you can see, right there. So let's get started. First, I want to talk about the base a little bit because it being 50 bucks, you might think, well, you know, this is going to be a flimsy little piece of crap, but no. The base is actually a pretty good or pretty heavy gauge steel, pretty heavy, no wobbling whatsoever when you're drilling. It's also got some holes to attach to your bench top, so you know that's good if you need it to be stationary, if you want to set up a little station, or if you want to kind of attach it to a base and make it a floor type model. The table is also a pretty good gauge steel, very solid. Very solid surface for putting your material, and you do have the hole so that you don't drill into it. And the table has two adjustments. You got the kind of side to side 45 degrees tilt either way like this. I haven't played around with that. Haven't found a need to drill anything like that so far, but it is there if you need to do that kind of thing. The height adjustment on the table is simple. Basically, you turn this handle here, and it goes up and down. Pretty straightforward. Next is the lowering mechanism. Very smooth. It's not herky-jerky, anything like that. You can see, as you can see, it's pretty smooth. No issues there. And then you got your height adjustment. It's basically nothing more than a threaded rod and two nuts. You got 2 inches worth of travel here, so you can drill up to 2 inches on this. And it's pretty straightforward. You just simply adjust it by turning these up or down. Right now I have it set for the European hinge cup, so you don't get a whole lot of travel on it right now. Now let me turn it on for you. You can see that it's actually fairly quiet. It's certainly a whole lot quieter than my hand drill. So here goes. I'll keep on talking and you can hear my voice, and you'll notice that it's pretty quiet. So there you have it. As you can see, the bit turns pretty true. No wobbliness there, which is nice. Remember, this is 50 bucks, so whenever you get something that's 50 bucks, an item like this, and you have no wobbliness, for example, here, then you know it's not a bad, you didn't get a bad deal at all. Now we'll take a look at the speed adjustment, and this was one of the things that I kind of didn't like about it at first, for the simple fact that I hate adjusting belts like this, because you never know if they're going to go back, or if you'll ever get the tension back the way it's supposed to go. But surprisingly, on this thing, it's pretty easy, and the motor stays locked in place real nice, so no issues there. And that's basically done by turning this knob here, pulling the motor forward, which releases the tension. You know, set your belt accordingly and push it back. Now the speed adjustment is done by moving this belt up and down these pulleys. You have two sets, one on the drill side, one on the motor side. And as you can see, the motor side's got a big pulley at the top, small one at the bottom, and the drill side has a small one at the top and a big one at the bottom. And the cool thing here is that you have this diagram, so you don't have to go back and forth on the manual for it. It's all spelled out pretty clearly right there. Another cool diagram, here is the recommended speed settings for your materials. So you got wood, some soft metals like aluminum, and then you got your heavier duty metals like iron and steel. And the gist of that is go slower, the harder the stuff is, the thicker it is. Or if you have a big drill bit like I have, you want to set that pretty low. Right now I have it on 1100 for the cups on the drill for the hinges, and it's worked pretty good. Other than that, but the only thing I want to mention is the assembly on this thing. Everything it does not come like this out of the box. You need to attach the base, the table, and the whole drill assembly to this tube here. And that goes on pretty quickly. You got 3 bolts for the base, a couple of Allen bolts for the top, and this just slides on. The table just slides on, so that goes by pretty quick. But the only tricky assembly part is getting the chuck onto the drill, because you have to move this table all the way up with a wood sandwich in between, by the way, and then pressing it down with this. And the reason why I say it's tricky is because there's no clicking, there's nothing to indicate that you got it on right. So you just kind of have to be a little forceful with it and just basically stop when it goes no further. So that's about it on the drill press. One thing the last thing I do want to mention is that if you're getting this drill press, I highly recommend you also pick up the table attachment, because the drill press does not come with it, and this table attachment will make your life a whole lot easier when doing stuff like I mentioned, hinges on cabinet doors and whatnot. So that's it for the review, if you want to call it. So stay tuned for the demo, so you can see how easy you can do some European hinge cups with it. Okay, so we have our piece clamped down. We have the table at the right height. As you can see, we have it hovering just above the material we're drilling into. So we'll turn the drill on now. And you don't want to do this in one shot. You kind of want to do this little by little, like so. Let me increase the depth here. So there you have it. Now if you were doing 10 of these, for example, then it's just a matter of bringing in the next piece and doing it. We have our distance already adjusted from the edge. No need to adjust anymore. So you can see how this would increase your speed on doing repetitive type stuff. Now if you wanted to get this on the same location every time, then we simply put our stop block that I showed you earlier. I don't have it set up, but you would simply put your stop block here, and then you move in your pieces, drill this one, bring in the next one. Actually the stop block goes like that. So you bring in your next one, and that would give you the same spot every time. A million times better than doing it with the hand drill. So there you have it. There's your tabletop or a table attachment for the 8-inch drill press. This one also works on the 10-inch drill press, by the way, so if you have one of those, this table works for that too. And I don't guess it needs to be a central machinery drill press, but I suggest you take a look at your drill press and see how it's set up. Basically, if you can clamp the bottom to it, if you can clamp those clamps to it, then it'll work. So there you have it. Thanks for watching.